Welcome back to TFE, a weekly news podcast in which we give our thoughts, feelings, and emotions on latest gaming, film, tech, streaming, and other random crap we feel like. And I am your host, Dan, and I'm joined with you, as always, by my co-host, Danny.
Hello. In this week's episode, we're going to talk about Harley Quinn being back, EA mocks single-player gamers, and deepfakes will take your jobs.
Ooh, sounds like a crispy one coming back up, and maybe not so depressing.
Maybe.
But maybe it will be. But first off, we are going into rapid reviews, where more stuff has happened.
Yes. Still Miss Marvel and still The Boys, but I don't know if you've watched Stranger Things, so.
I have not watched Stranger Things, have you?
I haven't watched Stranger Things.
No, I've not watched it yet.
But everyone's talking about Stranger Things and The Boys. No one's talking about Miss Marvel.
I've heard apparently Stranger Things has ended quite poorly.
I don't know.
That's what I've heard.
I know that there's 2 episodes that one's an hour and a half and one's 2.5 hours.
Yeah, that's correct. Which is mental.
And I was just like, well, that's just movies.
Yeah. Every single episode, I think in season 4, is like a movie-length episode.
Well, I think it got delayed, wasn't it? Because it was meant to come out ages ago.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. Rapid reviews. Ms. Marvel.
Okay.
Yeah, it's alright. A bit more backstory. I think Marvel still hasn't really found their footing in terms of 6 episodes.
No, but we'll get on to their 6 episodes because we got Obi-Wan news.
We do?
But, yeah, we do. The Boys. Greatest thing in the world still.
Yes, it has had a massive cliffhanger on the end of the last episode that I don't think anyone was expecting to happen, although it is not.
I'm sure it's in the comics, so I imagine.
I'm not too sure.
I don't know. I don't know the comics. I'm not going to read the comics because I don't care. Well, I would, but I'm just like, nah, the TV show's great.
Yeah, it was a huge twist that made perfect sense, but just no one saw coming.
Yeah.
Which is perfect. That's what you want.
Yeah. But we will be doing our full review this Saturday, so.
Yes. We look forward to it because I'm not sure if it's changed, it keeps fluctuating, but our most viewed episode is The Boys Season 2.
Yeah. Back when we were doing both TFE and TBO together.
Yeah,
so
I'm sure that episode was like 2 hours long or something.
Yeah. And most of it was The Boys. So.
Yeah, so that was the reason why we split up the episodes.
But yeah, no, it's been nearly 2 years, Dan.
That is incredible, considering how little views we actually get on this podcast.
Yeah, well, we're still trucking along.
We are trying.
Shall we go into stream that movie news into my head?
Yes, let's go into stream that movie news into my head, where we're going to talk about the Harley Quinn Season 3 trailer. Now, I've still not finished Season 2 yet.
I finished it ages ago, and I really wanted to continue on. Because it's great. It's a really good show. I hope it's as good as it was.
Yeah, I'm really not sure why I haven't finished it.
Is it still on Channel 4?
It was. Season 2 and Season 1. I'm not sure.
Because I didn't watch Season 2 on Channel 4. Because I watched Season 1 on Channel 4. Then I had to log into HBO Max with a VPN to switch to America to get access to it. And I used the 7-day free trial to just watch it all in that period. Which is what I wanted to do for Peacemaker. But they got rid of their 7-day free trial. And I can't sign up, I don't think, without an American account. So I can't do that.
Yeah, you gotta wait
so
and do it.
I don't know how I'm going to watch, but I think it's coming to Channel 4 in the UK.
Yes, it normally does, but it is like 8 months later.
I think it's coming out same time.
Is it actually? I hope it does.
I think so. It might be, might not be, but I'm hoping it comes out roughly the same time period. But we get a little tease to that Batman eating out Catwoman thing that was banned from the previous because of the whole dilemma, and it caused a ruckus.
Yeah.
We got James Gunn in it.
Is he actually in it, is he?
Yeah, James Gunn's in. Like, voicing it and everything. Clayface really likes James Gunn as well. Wants him to sit on his face.
I do actually think Harley Quinn is probably one of the best. Is it a sitcom? Is it technically a sitcom?
I guess. I thought you were going to say best animated thing.
One of the best animated things, clearly Arcane, let's be honest. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but I mean comedy-wise.
Oh yeah, no, this is a really good show. I really enjoy it. Like, this is what I like This is the Harley Quinn I like. Margot Robbie's is fine, but it gets really grating sometimes, especially in the first one. She's very grating. It, like, rubs your skin with a cheese grater, and it just gets on your nerves.
I think the biggest problem with the live-action ones, it's not really unhinged.
No, she's just kind of, like, annoying.
Yeah, just annoying and a bit weird, but not unhinged and completely crazy.
The Suicide Squad does a better job.
Yes, definitely.
Especially with the switch between when you think she's going to marry that guy, then she sees the signs and she just stabs him and just kills him. And it's just
that's a fantastic moment. I do love
that's a good moment, and I really enjoyed that. Like the fact that she's still crazy and she'll just kill a guy for the exact same reason she's telling them that he doesn't want to do it. Like it's great.
Yeah.
Like and then the whole sequence with her, like what's in her head versus like what's actually happening, that's good as well. But like, I really like this version of Harley Quinn. I think this was my favorite definitive version of Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I mean,
I haven't watched the other animated Batman.
The Batman games as well version.
I haven't played far enough to actually meet Harley Quinn in any of those games.
I'm pretty sure she's in all three.
Yeah, but I just haven't played far enough into them to.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't remember if she's in the first one or not. She must be.
I don't know. I've seen the outfit, and it's interesting.
Yeah, well, a lot of the outfits are interesting in the Batman games. As you know, one person that seems to love Catwoman.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I'm not telling that story.
No, but
I've told enough people that story.
Loves Catwoman. Yeah. Anyway,
let's go on.
Let's go on to the Star Wars news with Obi-Wan. So, recently, Obi-Wan dropped its final episode. And it had sort of mixed reviews throughout the whole series.
Yep, we have our review on it. Relatively mixed. Mostly negative, mostly positive.
Yeah,
or negative, but that's because it's easier to say negative things about it. But
yeah,
I enjoyed it.
I thought it was just very mediocre. And I actually watched a guy's video. He did like a video essay on... The guy's name was Full Fat Videos on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. I follow that guy.
Yeah, so he did a video essay.
I don't think I watched it yet.
On why WandaVision was the best Disney Plus TV show. And that's including Mandalorian and all of them.
Right.
And it was sort of just talking about how WandaVision actually felt like a TV show. It didn't feel like a stretched out movie.
Right.
Which is what pretty much everything else, other than Mandalorian, to be fair.
Yeah,
Mandalorian does feel a lot
like
more like a TV show than a stretched out film.
Yeah.
Although I think the problem with Mandalorian is it still has filler episodes in it. And I think that's true here as well, because it seems Disney is obsessed with doing 6-episode long TV shows. They want those 6 episodes, regardless if the story fits 6 episodes or not.
I think they're just trying to get stuff on Disney, and they're trying to keep it as long as possible. I think WandaVision 9 episodes, people started dropping off, so they were like, "Ooh, okay, maybe we don't."
But they were shorter episodes.
True, especially the first 3 were, because they were traditional television length.
Yeah, they were.
So, like that, I understand why they did, but it's just like I think Disney's just trying to keep stuff. Like, if you did a movie, people would talk about that movie and it'd be done. But if you have a TV show, you can do it week to week, and you can drag that out for 6 weeks, and then you get that 6-week buzz. Whereas I imagine Stranger Things is this weekend, and then no one's going to talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, I still need to watch it, but there's been so many things to watch at the minute. It's unreal.
Yeah, but like Stranger Things will have this weekend, and then The Boys will have next weekend, or this week, and then boom, 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 and then there's nothing really out for a while. So The Boys will probably carry most of that, especially if The Boys ends as good as it has been going to be.
Yeah, I really hope it does end well. But anyway, let's get back onto the news story here, which is Obi-Wan. So Obi-Wan was originally supposed to be a trilogy, where this first season was supposed to be just one film, which probably makes sense why it drags some places, because it was never meant to be a TV show.
Do you also want to know the reason why they decided not to do it as a trilogy of films and just make it a TV show?
I'm guessing it was Solo.
Yes, because Disney's little punching bag for, hey, look, no one wants to watch our movies, and this is a reason why we can do this and not do the thing that people actually want, is because they love to blame Solo for everything that's wrong with what they're doing. And it's like,
quite funny,
oh no, it's not us. It's just people don't want to watch this.
But no, the reason why Solo failed.
No, Solo's just a bad movie. And it had, like, you fired the directors of, like, the only benefit of that movie is that the guys who were going to direct that movie, Phil Lord and Chris Miller, went and made Spider-Verse because they got fired off of Han Solo. So that's the reason we got Spider-Verse, because they got fired off of Solo, so they had the time to go and make Spider-Verse. That's the only benefit to that movie. But all the reasons why it doesn't work are not because it's a origin story with a younger actor playing the role. And it's just that they did a terrible job with it. They made it so boring and so, like, unnecessary. Oh, great, Han Solo got a blaster. Oh, he got his jacket. Oh, he got his name because
Disney seem to be obsessed with doing that at the minute with all their properties. They always do this. I just don't get it. Like,
it's nostalgia. People
holster. Why did I have to? I know how she got that. Why do I care?
Because it's that thing you recognize from that show, that movie that was you watched as a child, and you need to know the origin of it.
Yeah, you need to know it. If I didn't know that, I don't know what I would have done in my life.
But they also do it in the most dumb way, because it's like, oh, Obi-Wan just gave it to her. Sick. Like, if you just had her pick it up and it was already her thing, and it was just an item that she already had, like, I get, a child won't have a gun holster. It's fine. But, like, when is, like, Han Solo's name? Just have him use the code name Han Solo if you don't want to give him an actual name. But, like...
Also, I think the problem with Han Solo is nobody wanted the origin story for Han Solo.
Oh no, Han Solo is a mystery character. It's the same with Boba Fett. You don't need backstory. You just need those characters work because they're mysterious and people build them up in their head. Obi-Wan Kenobi, we've already seen at a younger age and he was great. So we want more of it because we want to see what he's been doing, and he's not as mysterious. The mystery of what Obi-Wan was doing in that time period.
Would you have preferred an Obi-Wan trilogy?
I think it would have maybe worked. Maybe 2 films. Like, I think 1 film would have sufficed. I think just 1 movie would be good. A trilogy seems excessive. It's like The Hobbit. You don't need 3 films for that story.
Well, I don't... It sounds interesting. I don't think they actually ever devised the plot of the 3rd film.
Well, I think if they... Because the episodes are like 45 minutes each,
the
roughly.
whole first season was 1 film.
No. But I'm just saying, if this was a movie, this would be about 45 minutes, 45 minutes, 45 minutes. This would be about 2 films, roughly, depending on if you want it, where you split it.
Well, no, but the whole story of the whole series, though, was just...
I know what you're saying. Yes, I understand that. But I'm just saying this stretched out thing would be 2 movies. I'm just saying. So there would have been more time to fill things out, and you would have had cliffhangers, and you would have had... But I don't see the point of making it 3 films. I think this could have been 1 film.
Yes. Well, wait, I said it was supposed to be 1.
1 or 2. Yeah, 1 or 2 films would have been fine.
No. It did not need to be 2 films. It just needed to be 1 film.
It depends, because if you want to...
You don't need to have Leia get captured twice.
I'm only saying 2 films because
of the time
if you wanted to do the end where this trilogy, this TV show ends, and then you want to do the pickup after that.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah, that's the only reason I'm saying 2 films. Because there is an interesting story that you could tell, which they're clearly hinting at, and they want to do a season 2. But I don't know how you can do Darth Vader again. Because that just... Like, I think they should have had Darth Vader be in the next movie. I imagine it would have been him in the next movie. So, like...
Maybe, but, you know, we'll never know. And Disney has about 8 different Star Wars shows planned now.
I think the next is Andor coming out soon.
Are you going to watch that one? I'm not planning on watching that one.
I'll watch it, but I don't expect you to watch it.
Isn't
I'll let you know
longer?
if it's any... I don't know. I don't care at all about it.
Way longer. I can't remember now. I thought it was like 15 episodes or something.
I doubt it's that. I think it's probably, if anything, 9.
While you find that out, I go to our next story, which is Godzilla vs. Kong 2 has had a movie release date.
12 episodes, apparently.
See, told you. I wasn't that far off.
It seems incessantly long.
Yeah, I know. I agree. That's why I'm not going to watch it.
12 weeks of that is going to be... I hope they do it 3 episodes a week, and then it's only 4 weeks.
It will be 1 episode a week.
They did 3 episodes. Do Arcane's release schedule. 3 episodes a week. That's just the perfect amount.
Yeah, I suppose.
Then do 12 episode seasons. It works. 3 episodes, you get the buzz, you get an actual story. People don't just judge it off one episode immediately. You actually get some context. You get like a structure. Like the Arcane release schedule was the perfect one. Yes, King Kong versus Godzilla 2.
Yes, so how did that movie end?
Kong is running around underground and Godzilla is swimming in the ocean.
So how do you reckon the plot of the second one's going to
go? Well, they beat a giant robot together. So they're not enemies, they're just indifferent on each other. So I imagine there's either going to be another threat to the underground where, like, because I think it's the Hollow Earth theory, where there's like a secret underground Earth, like filled with dinosaurs and great stuff.
Yeah, like an inside job, as they explain.
Yeah, it's the premise. It's in that, and that's where Kong lives now, rather than on Skull Island, because he's the king of that area. And Godzilla's the king of the land on the ocean. And so I imagine some other greater threat is going to come and kick it so that Godzilla and Kong can team up again. Or Godzilla's going to try and go underground and try and take top dog there. And King Kong's going to go, no.
I may get some hate for this, but that, honestly, it seems so stupid to me how they're doing a sequel.
It depends. As long as they keep the human characters out of it. Like there's
no human characters in the whole film. Just have massive CGI.
Just have the monkeys and the lizard fight. That's all you need to do. You don't need human characters. This is the thing Hollywood does.
Just have a monkey fighting a lizard for an hour and a half.
Yeah. Hollywood doesn't realize that you don't need human characters for people to care. Like the Planet of the Apes movies, most, like the new ones, the new trilogy, if you got rid of all the human characters and just had the monkeys, would have been not as interesting, but you could still do it and people would still care. Because that's the level of graphical like prowess we are. Just get Andy Serkis to do... Because Andy Serkis does the mocap for... Oh no. Toby... what's his name? Toby Kebbell? Whoever it is. I think it's the guy who, in the reboot of the Fantastic Four, the Miles Teller one, the Fan Four Stick one. He plays yes, Doctor... He's Doctor Doom. It's that guy. That guy does it for Kong. He does the mocap for that because he's like Andy Serkis's like apprentice or whatever it is. I think not in real terms, but like that. But he's good. But no, I'll watch this. I really enjoyed Godzilla vs Kong. Like it was just that. I paid the $15.99 to rent it when it came out on Amazon. Like instead of because we were during the pandemic and we couldn't go see it in cinemas. And I watched it on my big TV with my sound system. And me and my mate just watched it and it was great. It was a grand old time. And I enjoyed it a lot. It was dumb as fuck. But I liked it.
Well, talking about Doctor Doom, Howard Stern has allegedly leaked the Doctor Doom project.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I forgot to put that on.
Yeah, so there's been rumours for a while that there will be a... reason why I say project, because people aren't sure if it'll be a TV show or a film, but it'll be just a Doctor Doom story.
The Joker, but Doctor Doom.
Well, I really hope, if they do Doctor Doom, to not make him an anti-hero.
No, he is a... Well, no, okay, look, so Doctor Doom does have sympathetic parts, but he is mostly a fucked up dude. But he does have because he's the leader of Latveria and stuff, and he only cares about the people on Latveria because he has a loyalty to those people. So if you did a decent story where, like, because I think the Atlanteans and everything, like, he hates them and stuff, like any other, like, civilization he hates. So if you had, like, the conflict between them, and stuff like that, he also just doesn't like reading. Like, he has a very sympathetic backstory if you actually look into it, because his mother was a witch, I think, and died. Like, Doctor Doom's got a weird backstory. It's all fucked, and he can get cosmic powers. He's like a really cool villain, but like, I don't know. Also, people are like trying to be weird about the casting because they're like, go white, or you can't have a Doctor Doom who's not white, and it's like, yeah, it just depends on where you set Latveria, and because that's the most important thing about Doctor Doom's backstory. You got to get Latveria right.
Yeah,
like you got to have him as an actual dictator. You can't it's like Magneto. You can't take Magneto out of World War II.
Yes, that is correct. Although I think it's going to get a bit more difficult as time goes on.
Well, that's why people are like, if you just multiverse it, take the X-Men that you want to take, and just get James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender.
Could you... Because we've already seen Marvel edit the origin stories of characters with Ms. Marvel. How that's sort of drastically different.
They cannot do it for Magneto.
Well, you could sort of change it a little bit.
No, because it's the Holocaust and it's the fact that he's Jewish.
But there is other sort of issues that could have happened. You don't have to just have the Holocaust.
Yeah, but it's so tied to his backstory. If
I
you
know,
change that,
I do know, but like I said, it's so long ago.
That's like
now.
one of but it's like the one thing that you can't change. Like,
I mean, you could do like Russian.
Nope,
You could do
not
Russian
as bad.
or something.
Nope, not as
Or
bad.
Japan.
Nope, not as well. I'm not saying they're not bad.
No, but I mean like torture, like just keep him in sort of torture.
Yeah, but you
concentration
can't.
camps existed
But
in
it's
other
not.
countries as
It's
well.
part of. It's his Jewish heritage, the Holocaust, and that, and so tied to it. You can't just wipe the slate clean and go, oh yeah, he was just tortured by the Russians.
Trying to make another way of bringing him younger to the MCU.
You can have him frozen like Captain America, but brought back. There are ways of doing it where you can still have him tight. You can multiverse him. You can have him cross over from the past in a multiversal thing. There are ways to do it where you don't erase his history of being in the Holocaust.
Maybe, but it's a difficult one because by the time we see him, it might be 2030, which means it would be like what, 90?
It'd be nearly 100 years ago.
100-year-old Magneto.
But Captain America was frozen in. You can do things to make it so that he is still relatively young.
It's a difficult one, but I'm
People
sure
have been debating this for ages, but you can't You can't get rid of his history. You can either just set it earlier, like you could have it set like the Michael Fassbender ones. Just set it in the 1970s, but then have the X-Men get dragged over from a multiversal collision, because there's ways of doing it. I would be surprised.
They might have to keep mutants just in the separate universe anyway.
Maybe they will, but there's the incursion, which is where two things collide, and then the remnants can also. It's how we got like Miles Morales in the same universe in the comics and stuff like that, where they just take what they like, they crash the universes together, and then look, this character's in this universe. That's just how it works. Yeah, cool. Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah. Well, we'll find something eventually. And our final movie news is the
TV.
Horizon TV series is allegedly going to be called Horizon 2074.
Yes.
So, I've still not finished the game. I don't think you have either.
I haven't played the second one, and I'm like 3 hours in, but only in like the first area of the first one.
Yes, I think I'm actually now further than you are on that game.
Oh yeah, you probably passed me ages ago. I spent.
Well, I've not played it for a while. I need to go back to it.
Hang on, I can tell you exactly how long I have played it.
Yeah, so I don't know how much you know about this. How much you know about the game. So do you know what year it's set in?
Nope. I probably did, but I don't remember.
I feel like it's after 2074.
Maybe. I can Google it. Don't drop my Coke on my lap.
I mean, yeah, do that. That sounds like a great
I don't know
idea.
how to help with that. Here are other things you can try.
Thank you.
Thanks, Google, for telling me how I don't drop my Coke on my lap and then not giving me anything. When is Horizon 31st century? So this would be slightly early. That just says 31st century.
Well, 31st century is 1,000 years later.
Yeah. So this would be like the origins, maybe, of the
Yes,
dinosaurs.
maybe the beginning of the collapse. That's probably what it's going to talk about.
This is what I want from, what's it?
Destiny?
Yeah, the beginning, not the current timeline.
The collapse of the Golden Age, or the start of the Golden Age.
Yeah.
Yeah, the collapse of the Golden Age I think would be good. Or maybe have the first season starting the collapse of the Golden Age, and then have like the final cliffhanger, the end of the Golden Age. Or have the darkness arrive or something. The key is you want tension.
I am 4 hours and 20 minutes in to the first Horizon.
But that is with you going to everything first.
That was... Yeah. Hang on. It was also 5 years ago.
You're gonna have to restart that game, you know.
Probably. But yeah, that was 5 years ago. I'm 4 hours and 20 minutes into it, with me checking like every like side quest and all of that to do them.
I think I would be interested in the Horizon TV show.
I really enjoyed that game though. Like, I liked the combat, I liked the movement, I liked the setting. I think the dinosaurs are cool as fuck. They're like the coolest thing. I like those dinosaur like designs are really sick. And I'm sad I didn't get to see a lot of them. But like, I think other games came out and I wanted to play other games.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this game is gonna take forever and I don't have time. It's like every game, I just don't have time to finish them.
I think I just focus all my time on Destiny, which is a pretty terrible idea.
Mm.
Like today, I spent multiple attempts just trying to flawless a Lost Sector. To do a solo flawless master Lost Sector.
I'm still not back on Destiny.
I know you're
sad.
not. You're still sad about all the other things.
My jumping and healing ability being taken away from me.
What a shame.
It is. It sucks.
Here's the smallest violin.
I want that small violin. Keep playing it. At least something will cheer me up.
Well, this will cheer you up. I know how much you hate crypto, so let's go on to some crypto news, where Radio Shack is now selling cryptocurrency.
Yeah. That's it. Also, their Twitter account went like mad and started tweeting out a bunch of random shit, like if you find a squirter, marry her, and other things.
I'm sorry, what's that got to do with crypto?
Nothing, but it's just that's what the Twitter account is, and it's just that they're doing. Just took an upper decker in Applebee's. Ask me anything. I don't care what anyone says. Lizzo, fine as fuck. What's up, girl? My girl hasn't come back from BTC Miami. Taking the second half of an edible after feeling nothing from the first half is always a bad idea. The chocolate bar got me out here fighting for my life. An interaction with this tweet will be considered for a chance to win catching these motherfucking radio hands. But yeah, the Twitter account went mad, and it turned out that it wasn't hacked. It was just one of the employees was like, no, this is how I'm going to fucking tweet out Radio Shack.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I don't really understand why they want to sell cryptocurrency, especially in this market.
They also chose the worst fucking time to do it.
Yeah, strange, isn't it? Maybe just because they need something to get them back on the map, maybe.
But they have their own token called Dollar Radio, currently trading at around a penny.
It's still more valuable than Luna.
The crypto crash seems to have knocked it down by 2/3 of its pre-cash value.
Oh, what a shock. Do you think crypto will rise again?
I hope it doesn't. I hope it's burnt to death. And
that's not what I'm saying. Do you think it will rise again?
It will probably rise, but I just don't want it to. It just doesn't need to be a thing. It's the dumbest thing in the world, and I don't know why anyone thinks it has any value or any reason to exist in this world. It's just
Luna
rife
Classic.
for scum and
It's
villainy.
currently 1,000th of a dollar.
Congrats on landing your new giant metal cock, Elon.
What?
I'm just continuing to read off tweets that the Radio Shack Twitter account was tweeting.
Oh.
They said, this guy fucks at Radio Shack. Replied to a user who posted a photo of their old Radio Shack battery club card. So yeah, their Twitter account's crazy. But yeah, they got into crypto and it sucks.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, let's go on to we've lost a controller of the newser, where we talked about Diablo Immortal a few times in the past few weeks.
And how wrong we were about the price that it costs to max level your character.
Yes, it's actually way higher at $550,000.
Roughly. That's if you want to, chance. The chance of getting it is like this is how much you could have to spend if you don't get really lucky.
That's insane, right? That's
Yeah, well, people thought it was 150,000 maybe, roughly, to get max level. And then this new game design thing that people discovered after maxing their characters out came into effect. And there's now a new way to get currency to buy extra perks and stuff like that, which would then entail add more than the extra 4,000 that it would take to get. So like the 400,000 or whatever it is to get. So yeah, it's a very fucked up game in terms of how much you could
that
spend.
I will not be buying. And there's also more news where apparently the Diablo Immortal release in China is in jeopardy after Blizzard
Weibo, I think.
Weibo account
Weibo?
Xi
Jinping.
Xi Jinping. Oh my god, that was
I think that's how it's pronounced. Don't crucify us if we got that
Xi.
wrong.
Maybe I'm sure like Xi in it, like Xi.
Yeah, Xi Jinping.
Was it Xi?
I think it's Xi.
Xi.
I think
Xi
it's
Jinping.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that's the American president. That's not right. Why I say American president? Chinese president.
Chinese president. The one who doesn't like being called Winnie the Pooh, and the Twitter account called him Winnie the Pooh by accident. And so he then has supposedly put in place like restrictions for, I think, who is it that owns it? Like the fucking what is it? According to translations of the post, official Diablo Weibo account apparently insulted Xi Jinping, the leader of China, in a mix-up epic proportions. The post read, "Why isn't Winnie the Bear going out of office yet?" and makes reference to Winnie the Pooh, which she has been compared to in the past. The Chinese leader isn't fond of these comparisons, which has been cause of various games and media being banned in the past. Also, Winnie the Pooh is banned in China. Because it's
got no trousers.
Yes. Well, no, I think it's also just he doesn't like being referred to as a bear.
Well, I thought that was the reason, because it promotes nudity or something. Yes, we should carry on with the insults.
Oh, NetEase. That's who it did it. That's who it is. NetEase is unable to publish games for the next 3 years. It could affect every Blizzard game, not just Diablo Immortal. If that's true, it will also affect Diablo 4, Overwatch 2, and World of Warcraft Dragonflight, and may even force Blizzard to change their cooperator in China mainland to the Chinese fan. Basically, if this is true, then they fucked up big time. And it could have effects for every other game that Blizzard wants to release.
Yeah, it's very true. But talking about insulting, EA has been criticized for appearing to mock people who only like single-player games.
So once again, Twitter, the cause of problems for everyone.
Yeah, also EA, I think, they prefer multiplayer games because that's where they get all the microtransactions.
Yes.
And they want people to play those games.
There was a meme going around, which is, they're a 10, but they like, or they do something, and then it's just something that people find normal or dislike, basically. And then it's like, oh, they're a 10, but they like pineapple on pizza. And then it's like, oh, that makes them drop down, blah, 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 blah. So EA tweeted, they're a 10, but they only like single-player games. And then everyone was just like, yeah, we don't like you, EA, for this, because we like single-player games. Single-player games are good. Nothing wrong with a single-player game. And it's also funny that they're trying to push single-player games because they've got a lot of single-player games coming out. And then whoever tweeted that was just like, yeah. I think people also took it because EA likes to have heavy microtransactions in everything. And so, of course, that they cancelled a bunch of Star Wars games. They cancelled a lot of other games. They closed down studios of single-player game companies. So, yeah, it's like, well, you're not helping here.
Yeah, EA is one of those companies that really don't care about the consumer. And all they care about is getting more
money.
They
won Worst Company 2 years in a row.
Yeah, they're not great.
I can't remember when they did.
Look at their two best-selling franchises right now. FIFA and Battlefield.
They lost the license for FIFA, and Battlefield was bad.
Was the worst-rated game on Steam.
Yes. It's crazy, isn't it?
Who likes EA at the minute?
Maybe Marvel fans, because there's a rumor going around that EA is reportedly working on a new Marvel fighting game.
Yeah, so there seems to be multiple... I'm not sure if multiple sources or if there's multiple people reporting on the source of a Marvel fighting game, similar to DC's Injustice.
Or Mortal Kombat.
Or Mortal Kombat, but I was, more about DC because it's
that is
comics.
The people who made Injustice.
Yes.
Yeah. But I don't think EA has a fighting game company. The only one I can think of is the people who do their wrestling games. So I don't want a Marvel wrestler game.
That'd be funny. Imagine.
Because that's fighting. Marvel wrestlers. Like
If
Hulk
they
versus
did-
Iron Man in a wrestling ring.
The thing is, I don't think Marvel suits that Mortal Kombat style. Where it's like
Well, they've got
really graphic.
what is it? Marvel versus Capcom is their fighting game. Like, there's the Marvel versus Capcom, which is like the Marvel fighter one. That's their. So I guess they're trying to branch out from Capcom, maybe, to do a like Injustice style one.
Maybe I think another thing that could work is if they do similar to like the All Star Brawl
Or Smash Brothers.
or Smash Brothers, something like that. I can't remember what it's called, if I'm honest with you.
Or what's the new one? Multiverses. That Warner Brothers one that's free to play. That
Yes,
has
I
Batman
think-
versus Shaggy.
I think that is a better way of going forward, something like that. Because the Mortal Kombat system is very niche. Very few people actually play that game in terms of like a very closed group. It's not like a general audience sort of thing. How many people are gonna go onto Steam and go just try it out? Mind you, it's Marvel, so it probably would sell.
Yeah, so Electronic Arts only internal fighting game studio is its EA Sports UFC team at EA Vancouver. So that's the only fighting game like studio EA owns.
Time for a Marvel wrestling game. Dave Bautista's making his comeback.
Yeah, UFC. Just Drax would whoop everyone's ass. Because he's like the...
That would be quite funny if it's like actual wrestling and then just Drax is the best character.
So yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah, you never know. But I think that is it for gaming news this week, or at least what we covered. And we're going to go on to the Weird Wacky Wonderful, where a small monkey in a bulletproof vest was found dead after a bloody cartel shootout in Mexico.
Yeah, that's it. That's all there was.
Yes, it's a kind of a weird one. I don't understand why was there a small monkey wearing a bulletproof vest.
Because drug cartels love exotic animals, and so they had a monkey, and someone at that drug cartel decided to give that monkey a custom-made little bulletproof vest.
That didn't work.
Well, no, that's the thing. So it was either that they got shot in a different part on their body, or they stole it. This was my question: was it custom-made, or did they get a child-size one?
They probably got a child-size one.
No, I think they got custom made because that's a very small. Like, it's one of those capuchin monkeys, I think. Like the one from The Hangover Part 2. It was
I
one
have
of.
not seen that film.
You've never watched Have you watched the first Hangover?
Nope.
Huh. It's interesting.
This can't be
choice.
news to you. I swear it's the running joke that I have not seen things.
No, but that was a big movie of the time. That
It's
every
not like I
like
don't know
teenage.
about it. I do know it exists.
Did you know that the director of the Hangover movies directed Joker?
No.
Well, now you do.
Thank you. Thank you for telling me this. That's a useful nugget of information.
And he said he could never make the Hangovers in this current climate, and he that's why he wanted to do the Joker.
And just
'Cause
wanted
he-
to copy Baby Driver.
No, Taxi Driver.
That's the one.
Baby Driver is a completely different film.
Close enough.
It's got someone who's cancelled in it. It's got Kevin Spacey.
Or Baby Driver. Or Text Driver.
Yeah, Baby Driver has Kevin Spacey in it.
Oh, does it actually?
Yeah,
That's a shame.
and he's a pedo. Well, he's
Yeah,
a
no.
pedo. Well, he had tried to have sex with like 17-year-olds, which isn't.
Kevin Spacey?
Yeah, that's why
doing
Kevin
that?
Spacey's cancelled.
I swear it was dudes.
Yeah, I said that.
I thought you said girls.
No, I said 17-year-old dudes.
I swear you said girls.
I might have, but I'm pretty sure I said 15.
Yeah. Anyway, on that note, let's go to the next story of Swiss zero-star hotel has offered sleepless nights to ponder the world crisis.
The world's crises.
That still doesn't make sense to me.
Well, Dan, read the article.
No, I mean, like, just the wording of that doesn't make sense. I get what it's
Well, you-
talking about. Just the wording of that doesn't make sense.
Swiss zero-star hotel offers sleepless nights to ponder the world's crises. What's not to get, Dan? You got to ponder the world's crises whilst not
okay.
sleeping.
I'm still not sure about
Because
that.
you're not
That's
sleeping. But yeah, it's basically in front of a gas station, and it's just a bed on a platform without a roof or anything, and you just sleep there.
I do enjoy
But
the
it's an
trailer
art
for this.
piece. Yeah. Sleep is not the point, said Frank Rickling. What's important is reflecting about the current world situation. Staying here is a statement about the need for urgent changes in society. Guests are invited in their half-sleep to consider topics like climate change, war, and humanity's endless quest for perfection and the damages it causes to the planet. In a nutshell, now is not the time to sleep. We have to react, said Patrick. If we continue in the same direction we are today, there might not be any anti-idyllic places than idyllic.
Well, to be fair, at least the world is... Well, most of the world's trying to change.
Yeah. It's just a weird thing to do.
It's a weird bit of article. I don't quite understand. I get their point, and the point is valid. But what's that going to do with this? Nobody's going to...
This is art, Dan. I should put this in fucking art, shouldn't I?
Yeah, you should have put it in art. But yeah, this is...
Awful, rubbish, terrible. That's art.
Yes, awful, rubbish, terrible, whatever. Yeah, no one's going to think that. People are just going to think, why is there a bed?
Yeah. But then you have to... If you have to explain your art, that's where your art isn't good art, because you have to explain it. And art is meant to be interpreted by other people. And if people think your art is just retarded or stupid, then that's your art. It's not. You can't explain your art. People have to judge your art by that. And if people think your art is stupid, that is what your art is. Someone might.
Yes. Well, we both... Do you know what? We should do a TBO where we just sort of review art.
We've been meaning to do that for ages.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll put on the list. We'll put on the list. So everyone has that to look forward to.
It's already on the list. It was like one of the first things I put on the list.
No, but I mean, like, put it on the schedule, I mean. We'll actually schedule it on.
All right, I will.
And, talk about moving on, we go on to Tech Time and Science Shenanigans, where a mystery rocket has crashed into the moon and left a double crater.
Ooh.
So people may think this is aliens. It's probably more like China.
Probably. NASA has spotted the crash site of a mysterious rocket that slammed into the far side of the moon in March, leaving behind a double crater. On June 24th, showed the unusual crater collision resulted in two overlapping impact sites, an eastern crater measuring 59 feet, 18 meters across a western crater spanning 52.5 feet, 16 meters.
Yeah, so astronomers and NASA think it's a piece of space junk. Just a bit of debris that's been left over from something else in our atmosphere. I think it's probably China.
Maybe.
But yeah, it's a bit of an interesting one.
It's just crazy that we can still get images of the moon this easily.
And they're quite high resolution.
Mm.
Do you look forward to us having a mining colony on the moon?
No.
Okay, fair enough. Although, I think it will happen though, right? A mining colony on the moon?
I look forward to us ruining the moon.
There's just going to be a hole in the moon. And because it's
we're going to fuck up the moon, and then the moon's orbit's going to change, and it's going to fuck the Earth.
Yeah, we're getting massive tidal waves. Actually, loads of tsunamis.
Yeah, we're going to fuck ourselves by fucking with the moon. So
probably. Although, I think it's fine as long as we don't mine into the... I know, to be fair, you can mine into the crust to make a difference.
It's when you start trying to blow up. I think there was a story where they were trying to nuke the moon to get, like, water.
Isn't it also...
I think it was a proposed theory.
No, not look up. There's a film that came out where the moon was crashing into the Earth.
Moonfall.
Yes, that's the one.
But that was aliens.
Wasn't us.
No, it was aliens, where the moon was technically I think the premise of that movie was the moon was secretly like an alien spaceship or something like that, and it was dormant, and then they went to check it out, and then stuff happened. I don't know. It seemed like a terrible premise.
Yeah, it didn't seem great.
Let's see what the reviews are.
Probably awful. Didn't it have Nick Frost? I swear it had Nick Frost in it.
No, maybe. I don't know who Nick Frost is. 36% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Nick Frost, you know the
I know who Nick Frost is. I couldn't remember the name. It made 59.1 million at the box office.
That actually seems quite high.
No, that's not 59.1, Dad.
Yeah, but I mean, for a terrible film.
Yeah. For a budget of 138 million to 146 million.
Yeah, true. Well, that talks about dystopian future. So let's talk about some dystopian news, where apparently FBI are warning that deepfakes are taking people's jobs.
Do you get what this means, Dan? Do you want me to explain it to you?
It would be great if you explain this, because it does seem quite confusing.
So, essentially, what people are doing is stealing people's, data, and then using deepfakes to then appear as those people in job interviews to get jobs.
So they can appear as them to get their jobs.
Yeah, so they can get a job, get paid, and then ditch. And then that person can't get hired again because So they're basically fucking with people's resumes, reviews, and personal information to then steal jobs to get paid and then fuck off.
What you're saying is don't publish your face on the internet.
Yes.
And if we ever do recordings of ourselves, we have to do like AR stuff to have fake faces.
Well, our voices are fucked because we've dumped hundreds of hours of our voices on the internet. So whatever AI generated software that uses it to like make us say horrible things, that's our excuse. It's not us, it's the AIs.
Oh yeah, all those dodgy episodes we've ever recorded, it's AI.
Yeah, it's the AI. It's Google.
It wasn't us. We never said anything controversial in our lives.
No, I've never said anything bad. You're fine. I'm the one who's gonna burn.
I think we have things. We've said things.
But yeah, it's just that people are having data stolen. They're using their face to then go into job interviews, like because of remote work and everything. People are then using it to like set up meetings, get jobs, and then take the cash and run or get like better qualifications.
Yeah,
the future is now, everybody.
Future is now. Okay, sure.
Complaints report the use of voice spoofing or potentially voice deepfakes during online interviews of the potential applicants. In these interviews, the actions and lip movements of the person seen in the interview on camera do not completely coordinate with the audio of the person speaking. At times, actions such as coughing, sneezing, or other auditory actions are not aligned with what's presented visually. So yeah, it's crazy that people are doing this, but it's to be expected. Yeah, so it's basically because of the shift to remote working. It's great news for a lot of people, but unlike any other change in it's basically because people don't have to be physically present, that if you do technically change aspects and things like that, you can, without proper analysis and things, then yeah, people can just steal with using stolen data, get better like access to things. And especially high profile jobs. Like if the Russians or other or even like just regular people using it to get into like confidential private businesses and stuff like that to then steal more data. Like you get a job at Google because you're deep faking and then boom. I imagine Google would have probably a tighter ship because they're doing artificial intelligence. It'd be funny if Google did get like this, but then hundreds of your like people could just have access to your data. Like spoofing someone who has qualifications for that job to then get data to then steal it to then sell it or like.
But that's how it would work, though, right? Because you'd have to do the work.
Yeah, but you'd be then given access, and you wouldn't have the qualifications. But you'd be given access, and then if you have the qualifications to then steal it all, like imagine you get like the job as the president's PA or something, and you get given access like remotely to have the president of the United States as a like data stream.
Yeah.
Imagine just being able to steal all of that and then sell it, like the nuclear launch codes. Like, because you used a deep fake to get... Like, imagine Donald Trump doing the interview process.
Imagine someone trying to deep fake themselves as Donald Trump.
They have. The people from South Park did a whole YouTube channel thing about it. Like, I think it's called Sassy Justice, where they had, like, Donald Trump deep fakes, and he was just saying all this, like, ridiculous stuff. I'm pretty sure. And then it's like the South Park people did it. So, and they got like a Donald Trump voice impersonator to do it, or one of the guys who does South Park did it. I can't remember. It's been a while ago.
Yeah, it's a strange world we live in, and
talking about security concerns.
Or security concerns. So TikTok's been back in the news again for it seems to have its next round of banning, where the FCC commissioner has called upon Google and Apple to ban the TikTok app.
Basically over concerns of data, because the Chinese version of TikTok has had access to the American servers of the TikTok data, which they shouldn't have access to. Yeah, so it seems the
Chinese are stealing data again.
Potentially. It seems like it. And they shouldn't have access to that data. And so, yeah, there's concerns of privacy. And so they're basically going, look, ban it until we can confirm not.
Yeah,
but they're not
also,
going to because it makes too much money for them. So
that is true. But do you not think like Google Shorts is a much better version of TikTok?
what, YouTube Shorts?
That's what I'm going to say. Yeah,
I don't like any of them.
I know, but I'm just trying to say, do you not think it's a better version of the app, right? Because then you can actually subscribe to people, and because how TikTok works is you follow somebody.
I've never opened it.
Well, how
I
it
don't know
works
how. I just
is when
see
you follow
TikToks.
somebody, it will go onto your For You page, and then it'll just you can just go scroll through that instead of just being able to select your people you follow.
Yeah, but that's not what they're trying to do. They're just trying to get.
My point is, do you not think just YouTube is better?
I don't like any of them. I don't like the short form. I've never liked short form content because it's just not.
You don't get a choice.
I know, but my reasoning is it's not funny. It's just time consuming.
I do agree. I'm not saying I disagree with you.
No, I just don't like it because I don't watch any of it. I don't like it.
It's way too addictive.
Well,
You can just lose time in it, and it's just boring. There's no information on it.
It's like Twitter, just scrolling through Twitter and just, oh, there's a thing I liked. Ha 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 ha. That little dopamine hit. That's good. And then you sit through hundreds and hundreds of posts of just absolute garbage, and you're just like, okay. And then there's the one video that gives you that dopamine hit, and you're just like, cool. I don't like it. Also, TikTok trends are like the dumbest thing in the world because they're all just for, like, it's all just for attention. There's no, like, anything behind it. It's just for attention. It's the most vain, narcissistic thing to be a part of.
Yeah. Also, think about the beans trend.
Yes.
That's
Beans
another
bang
idea
your
for
mum.
TBOs or TBOs. Dumbest.
I'm
TikTok
not watching
trends.
TikTok. No, I'm not watching TikToks.
No, don't watch them. We just go through the internet and find out dumbest TikTok trends and just talk about them.
There's too many. I've seen
It's an
too
idea.
many.
It's an idea. We'll put it on the list.
Be better as a YouTube video, but sure.
It's fine. We can figure out the logistics later. Let's go on to some big brand news where Toyota is recalling their first mainstream electric car because the wheels can fall off. That's not very good for a car. Today in
Yay.
F1, many of the cars had wheels fall off.
That's good. Makes them go faster. They're lighter.
That is true. I mean, it's very... not that you really care, but in F1 today, there was... In the first
No, I
turn...
really don't, Dan.
In the first turn, there was a 5-car incident.
That's nice.
But people nearly died, so...
Well, that's bad.
Nearly died. They didn't actually die. But yeah, so it's not good for a car to lose wheels. Would not recommend it.
So Toyota doesn't yet know how to fix the issue.
That's quite funny. That's actually quite funny.
So Toyota warned owners of the BZ4X electric SUVs to stop driving them because the wheels might fall off. The SUVs only recently went on sale in the United States, and a warning recall announced by Toyota Motor Sales USA on Thursday applies to approximately 260 BZZ4s SUVs that have been delivered to customers. Should stop driving immediately. Bolts that hold the wheels can loosen after even a relatively small number of miles on the road, allowing the wheels to detach. Toyota still is investigating why this can happen and under what sort of conditions. Yeah, you would think that the wheel is a relatively simple thing that car manufacturers have figured out.
Yeah, you would have thought so. I mean, what's new about electric for wheels?
I
They're
don't
still
know.
wheels.
Yeah, I'm very surprised with the wheels. I do. There's I can't remember. Is it Michelin? One of the tire manufacturers made the spherical wheel, and then basically went to car manufacturers. You figure out how to use it. So they made a
Another car
spherical.
manufacturers imagine we're like, how do we use this?
Because how do we put brakes on this? How do you do you have magnets that stop it and then hover it? That would be one way, but it's a rubber, so yeah.
That would be cool. Imagine if you could actually have a wheel that doesn't actually stick
I think
the car.
well, it's about rotating, like the thing.
Yeah, imagine if you could just have like it all magnetically powered, so you can have the wheels rotate magnetically, and they would be suspended magnetically as well. I'd be pretty sick. Impossible, but pretty cool. You could drive your car sideways.
I can't remember which company it is that has a concept car that has like at least 180-degree turning wheels, or like 360-degree turning. So I can't remember what the percentage is. I think it's BMW. Maybe, I don't know.
I think it's Apple.
Apple does not have that.
No, but it's been rumored that Apple will have vehicle wheels.
What a stupid concept. Fuck's sake, why can't I type?
Are you not going to buy the Apple car?
Why would you want to buy an Apple car? It doesn't have windows. Not cat wheels, car wheels. Why can I not find the image? Why is this not working? Oh, whatever, fuck it, I don't care. Let's move on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Let's carry on with cars, where Tesla reportedly does not have enough desks after Elon Musk threatens to fire remote employees.
Yep.
Do you know, the more I talk about Elon Musk, the more I don't like the guy.
Shocking, isn't it?
Yeah, he just seems like a really strange guy.
So yeah, he basically hates the ideas of people not working in an office because he thinks it's less productive, despite the fact that there has been no downturn in productivity from remote working. And he was like, if you don't come back to the office, you're going to get fired. And then people did because they don't want to get fired. And then there wasn't enough workspace because there's a lot of people and buildings that don't have enough space or scheduling properly to have people come into the office. So yeah, good job, Elon. You're a smart man. Also, it affected the Wi-Fi because so many people were trying to be on it at the same time. So much stuff just didn't work. Lack of parking spaces because so many people were turning up at the same time. No scheduling or anything like that.
Yeah,
basically
everything they do, it just seems so backwards.
But basically, since 2019, Tesla's headcount has doubled since then. So the company that you had in 2019 when there was no pandemic, you've then doubled your headcount since then. And then you're forcing all those people to come into the office. And you haven't built the infrastructure because you haven't needed the offices. Crazy. But everyone's scared of getting fired because you don't want to let them work from home.
I feel like Tesla is an awful place to work.
Oh yeah, it's like Amazon. It's like people are forced to work ridiculously long hours without much safety. Elon Musk is notorious for like getting angry at people for not doing their hard work or like wanting people to stay overtime.
Yeah, honestly, it's messed up.
Yeah. It's just crazy how this man is the richest man in the world.
In my workplace right now, we have hybrid working, where you go into work sometimes and then sometimes you stay at home. But that's more dependent on your job role. And if your job
I
role
can't work from home. My job
I know
is,
you can.
Yeah.
I could do some of my work from home, depending on what I'm doing that day.
I can't do any of my work from home.
If I'm honest, I do actually prefer going into the office. I think I'm more productive and it's more fun talking to people.
See, I hate people and I'd rather work from home.
Fair enough.
Do some emails whilst playing a PlayStation 5.
Even though I'm more productive in the office, that's just because I'm awfully unproductive at home. I mean, look at the podcast, for example.
Do you have mayonnaise behind you?
No.
What's that bottle behind you? I just spotted it. Yeah.
It's skin cream.
Okay. It looks like a mayonnaise bottle.
Yeah,
I was like, why do you
just... But it's not. It's skin cream.
Yeah, I know. But I was just like, why the fuck do you have a mayonnaise bottle behind you?
That would be so weird. Why would I just have a mayonnaise bottle?
Well, that's why I was so confused. I saw it and I was just like, why the fuck do you have a mayonnaise bottle?
You can't see it. I got another one now as well. I got two different ones.
Yeah, that looks completely different to anything. So that's like
that does look like a skin cream bottle.
Yeah. It doesn't look like a fucking mayonnaise bottle. It looks like an actual like soap dispenser bottle thing. And it's just like, I can't see the label. I was like, what the fuck why is there a white, like, yeah, it just looks like mayonnaise. It's crazy.
This man loves his mayonnaise.
Yeah, I was just like, are you just downing mayonnaise on your, like, in your bedroom alone?
Hey, a shot of mayonnaise. It does wonders for you.
I like
No
how you
alcohol.
have sponge as
No.
well.
That's not for me. Mayonnaise.
Shall we move on to our last bit of news?
We should. And Sony has announced a new 4K monitor. Now,
Yes.
Would you ever
Specifically for like... well, it's not specifically, but it's like kind of tied to work with the PS5. Like, very well. Like
yes, because I don't
it's
think there's
that
anything too special about a monitor working with a PS5.
No. But it's just... the middle bit, like the stand, looks like a PS5.
The
Like, it's
stand
the
looks like a PS5.
Look at the photo.
You're not wrong. It does look.
Yeah, see? You were like, oh no, it doesn't look like. And then you see it, and it's like, oh yeah, look, it looks like the PS5 because it's got two white.
It's got the same style as a PS5.
Yeah,
where
it's
it has
two
a
white
black
panels.
middle. Yeah.
Yeah, two white panels and a black middle, and then two stick out legs.
Although
But
I
it's
don't
got
think
some-
anyone actually keeps the monitor stands, do they? Do you
I
keep
do.
monitor stands?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I get rid of any monitor stand. The first one I get.
I don't keep TV stands, but I keep monitor stands because
Do you
I
not
don't
mount
have.
your monitors?
No, I did, but then I don't anymore. I like having them on the desk.
I can't. I find I need to have my monitors higher up, and you can't get that. With
I have
stands.
little razor things, like little desk.
Yeah, but they don't
razors.
take up desk space.
Not if you have the ones with holes and things, and you can put
It
your
don't take up
keyboard.
desk- No. It takes up desk space.
No, I got massive desks, so I don't have them take up desk space.
That's not saying it doesn't take up desk space. That's saying you don't need to have.
I
more
don't
desk
need.
Space.
Yeah, I don't need it.
It's two different things. I'm just.
Yeah, I know they take up space, but I have space equivalency. I'm
Anyway,
fine.
yeah. Regardless, let's go into the monitor. It's a 27-inch 4K HDR monitor with a 144 Hz refresh rate, and apparently the most interesting feature is its LED backlight, where it has full array local dimming, which is very similar to sort of OLED technology.
Mm.
And it has a VESA display HDR certification, which isn't the best. I think the best one you want is Dolby Vision, which is a bit of a shame, but you can't have everything. Not that the PlayStation can run 4K 144 Hz.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I'm agreeing with you, Dan.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. When I was trying to play Miles Morales 4K, it just wasn't working. It just can't do it. Yeah, it's I don't know if there's a note on the price. Is that? Oh, here we go. It's
M9 would be available summer for about $900, and the M3 will be available for $530 within 2022.
yeah. The M3 is the 1080p version, which I think is a bit of a shame. I really do. I think they should have a 1440p version, which is the most common, I think, for gamers
Yeah, but
nowadays.
the PlayStation doesn't support 1440p
Which is stupid. I don't know why.
because that would require effort and
Yeah.
turning on a switch and going.
But
yes.
1080p has 240 Hz refresh rate, which PlayStation also doesn't support.
Hey, look, what you gonna do about it? Anyway, they also brought out some headphones as well, some new ones, mainly for PC gaming rather than their PlayStation line of headsets, which look relatively simple enough. But all three headsets support 360-degree spatial sound, which customizes using an app. The 10 to 20,000 hertz frequency range, and other things, and it also works with the PlayStation 5. They're about $300, $230, and $100 for the basic one.
Yeah, they're quite expensive. I don't know if I would want to have any of those.
Sony's headphones though are really good. Like Sony does. I'm wearing Sony headphones right now.
I mean, yeah, you are true. I mean, I just don't. I use studio stuff, right?
Yeah,
I've got a studio microphone and I've got studio headphones.
I have a studio microphone.
Okay, there's no comparison. I'm just saying what I use.
I know. Just saying.
I'm just saying why a headset wouldn't suit me.
I really like my headphones though. Like these are the most comfortable headphones I've ever worn. I can't remember what the name of them are. The MK300 or something. I don't remember.
It just say the 3000 series.
Can't remember if it is though. Oh well, whatever. Life moves on.
Yeah.
It's the InZone H9, HZ, and H3 are the headphones.
Do you know what I actually do find interesting as a monitor? Just use a TV.
No.
I think it's I've seen a few people do it now, where they just have a 48-inch TV as their monitor.
No, you can get, depending on what TV you can get massive input delay for the mouse.
Well, it's like gaming TVs they usually have. It's got a reduced input delay and has DisplayPort.
Yeah. Also, I just don't think it's worth it.
No,
Like-
but it's nice to have the screen, the real estate.
Yeah, but you don't need it because the whole point of like PC gaming is that it's condensed.
Yeah, I do agree, but I'm just saying it does interest me. I
Like-
have thought about it.
It's not. I like just that positioning wouldn't work. Like having to sit far back from your thing with a mouse and keyboard seems horrible to me because you wouldn't be able to see anything on your screen.
No, they're still so close to it.
That's what I mean. It would be horrible because you wouldn't be able to see it. Like having a 40-inch display would be horrible.
Right up next to your face.
Yeah. Like I've got ultra wide, but it's still short. Like
It should be tall. You just look up,
you just wouldn't be able to, like, you'd be sat and you wouldn't be able to see anything because you're sat and you'd have to keep looking up. It'd be horrible. It'd be a horrible experience. Like I wouldn't enjoy that.
Yeah, well. Anyway, that's it for news. Let's go on to recommend do, recommend don't.
Yes.
Anything?
I watched Man vs. Bee.
Oh, yes.
It was alright.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying much attention to it, to be honest. I was doing other things, and it was just kind of in the background, so I think I missed a lot of what was meant to be funny about it.
To be fair, there wasn't that many. There was only a couple of jokes each episode.
I really wasn't paying that much attention to it. It didn't grab me. I think the premise just was kind of boring. I kind of zoned in at the beginning, missed most of the middle, and then caught it at the end.
I think the trouble was it shouldn't have been a TV show. It should have been a film.
Yeah, it should have just been one.
Or even
movie.
maybe not even a film. Maybe it's like an hour length special. Or
Special.
something.
Yeah.
It didn't need to be fleshed out like it was.
Oh,
Like
I
it
also
was
watched
90
Spiderhead on Netflix, which is Chris Hemsworth.
I want to watch that. Is it good?
Yeah, it's good. I liked it.
Yeah, I want to watch it. It seems like my kind of film.
Yeah, it was an interesting film. I enjoyed watching it. I kind of made me like Miles Teller, but I still don't like Miles Teller. Nothing against the guy. For some odd reason has a very punchable face, and I just want to punch him in the face.
You just want to punch the guy.
Yeah, I just want to
If
punch.
he walks down the street, you're punching him.
No, I wouldn't, because that's mean. But like, he just has a punchable
You want to.
face.
Yeah. You just stare at him, saying, "I'm going to punch you." I'm not actually going to punch you, but I want to.
Yeah. I'd never actually harm you in any way because you seem like a decent... Well, I don't know. He seems weird. Just something about him makes me want to punch him. But Chris Hemsworth's great in it. Like, Chris Hemsworth's a standout. Chris Hemsworth's great.
Is he the antagonist, right?
He owns the facility that Miles Teller's in.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, he runs it. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds
he runs
interesting.
the facility. Yeah.
Anything else?
No. I haven't played any more Spider-Man.
Oh, what a shame.
I'm going to become you for Watch Dogs. I've started 30 seconds into the game and then never play it again. I will. I am. Oh, also update. I am going to be streaming. I'm choosing Wednesday as the streaming day. So the 6th.
You're actually going to start on the 6th of July?
Yes, 6th of July. And then I'm going to be streaming from, I think, 12 a.m. Just depending on when I wake up. And then I'll just stream until I stop.
Are you going to have a face cam or no?
Undecided yet. Probably not, because I don't really care. And I just rather have the game up. But yeah. I might download a VTuber app and then become a VTuber.
That's pretty funny. Well,
But
this
yeah,
week,
no.
I watched the 3rd season of Umbrella Academy.
Oh yeah, that also came out. I never watched the
Yeah.
first two.
So the 3rd season came out. I think a lot of people on the internet don't seem to like it as much as the first two. I also
Is
think
that because of Elliot Page?
I'm thinking it might be. Although I do think they handled it very well in the TV show, and
How did
Probably
they
the best.
handle it?
pretty much
Spoilers, by the way.
Pretty much exactly how it happened in real life,
Yeah, cool.
more or less.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was more or less exactly the same, and it's sort of as you would expect. I think it's the best way. That's the best way they could have done it, and it sort of then also had a bit more plot and character development about sort of acceptance and that,
Right.
and sort of how I think other family members were sort of like a bit confused on how to act or how to
Well, that's good, I guess.
treat them. So I think one character wanted to throw like a birthday party or something to celebrate it because he didn't know. He was like, "What do I do?" And he was like, "No, you don't need to do that."
Cool.
But yeah, I actually really enjoyed the series this season. I think I think I don't know if I've just been nullified with all the bad, mediocre shows recently from Disney.
We have The Boys as a comparison.
From Disney.
Okay. Well, yeah. You like Moon Knight?
Yeah, but I always say it's good, but it's not like the best, all right?
Nah.
But the thing is, I'm also comparing that to Hawkeye.
I have kind of just realized though, because we do our end of year review stuff. I don't think Marvel's gonna have a top pick. I'm looking.
Not
I'm
TV
looking
show
at.
wise, no. Film wise, possibly. We'll wait and see.
Well, we have to see what 4 does, and we have to see what, because there's one specific DC film that came out that is sitting high. So
That is true.
it might be a year
the
where
TV
Marvel
shows
doesn't
also
even.
can sit very high right now.
Yeah,
as well.
there's a superhero show that's sitting very high. So Marvel may not have anything in the top.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah,
And there's also multiversal movies that might knock it off. So we'll
I'm not
see.
too sure if I've been really just sort of bland to all those shows, but I really enjoyed season 3 of Umbrella Academy. I was really hooked, engaged to it. I think
That's good.
To me, it was better than the second season, as the second season to me was just a repeat of the first.
Having
Although
never
the third
watched any of them, I say season 3 is the worst.
We've not watched them.
I know.
Although the only thing annoying is that all 3 seasons are about the world ending.
How many episodes?
10 in each.
So 30 hours
About
worth of stuff?
50 to an hour each episode.
Okay, so yeah, about 30 hours. I am not watching that over my break.
The first season, no, to be fair, the first season is very good. I think the first season is
Nope,
the best.
I have oh no, wait, no, I broke it. I watched a Netflix live action show.
Did you? Which one was that? Oh.
Man vs. Bee. Like an original Netflix live action show got since the Marvel TV shows. I haven't watched an original Netflix show since then and to now, where I watch Man vs. Bee. That's crazy. Everything else was animated or a comedy special or a movie.
I finished Miles Morales.
You
And
finished
yeah, I
it?
think, the campaign is shorter, but it's fun. I enjoyed it.
I still need to finish the first Spider-Man, then I'll do Miles Morales.
Yes, true. I think that's it, really. I played a bit more Destiny as well recently and enjoying doing the mass difficulty stuff. I actually do recommend getting higher light levels. That's actually quite fun. And that's it.
Yes.
That is it for our episode. So if you did like the show, please leave a review. It does help out. Please share amongst friends and family. Retweet on social media. We are on Twitter and we have almost no followers, so please go follow. It would be greatly appreciated.
I follow us.
I know, that's why I say barely none.
Yes.
And check out our next TBO, where we will cover The Boys Season 3 and hope to break our record of our most listened to episode.
Also, go back and listen to our 4th of July special.
Oh yes, 4th of July.
It's got a twist. A twist.
What did you title the episode?
4th of July something quizzes. I think it's called 4th of July quizzes bracket special edition.
Ah. Alright, okay.
Yeah, there's a twist.
Fair enough. We'll catch you next time.
Goodbye, everybody.